Well, I'd like to say hello to everybody, and my name is Robert, and I wanted to show off my dry cell and show what's going on. So, the setup. I have in this jar a fuel pump. Not sure which vehicle it's out of. We have our battery down here. It's a 12-volt battery. You can see that it's fully charged. And this is my dry cell. Now, how I built this dry cell is kind of tricky, I guess. What I did is took a door kick plate, the stainless steel that you put on the bottom of a door, and I took that and I cut it up into pieces. So the actual size of the cell is roughly 4 inches by 6 inches. I have an inlet tube on the bottom from the fuel pump, and it comes out on the top back into the jug, and I don't think you can see the hose where it bubbles up at. Yep, right there. That's the hose where it bubbles up from the cell. And then I have a hydrogen outlet. So basically this dry cell is acting as its own bubbler. And this is my outlet for my hydrogen. What I've recorded is my maximum amp draw is about 15. I'll have to get my my amp gauge. And cell temperature 80 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So let me pause this and hook up my amp gauge. Oh, by the way, I got to record this with my phone because I don't have an actual good video camera where I can post stuff to the web. Alright, we're back. Sorry about the crappy setup. I don't have a lot of money to work with, so here's my amp gauge. Just a standard automotive amp gauge. And, yeah, I guess let's fire this puppy up. Alright, see what I'm doing here. And we should be going. Okay, at the moment, amp draw is approximately 5. So, let's get the fuel pump working here. And now you can see all the hydrogen I just produced is being pushed out. Well, from what I found, this is what happens in most dry cells. There's not enough good flow of water, so all the hydrogen, I just disconnected my fuel pump. There's not enough good flow of hydrogen, or not enough good flow of water to push the hydrogen out. So all the bubbles, I should still be producing hydrogen. Eventually it'll bubble up through the top plate here. But once the, I have to mention that my flow, see, now we're getting some, that's hydrogen being produced. My flow is going through one plate, across it, up through the next plate, back across it, up through the next plate, back across it. So I'm serpentine pattern. So I'm going to hook up my fuel pump once more. And this is where I need to get some electronics. Well, you can see already hydrogen being forced through without the fuel pump active. But all my water is getting trapped. I'm getting more air in my cell than I am water. So this is going to make it heat up really, really quick. So I turn my fuel pump on, and we can watch this again. Oh, and bubbles come out of there. No, it's a little hard to see here. Clouded it right up. I'm getting a good steady pressure. I don't know if that will register on there. Yeah, you just seen the little bubbles there. Whee! Making bubbles. I'm not producing enough pressure to actually light this, but now we go back to the cell. You can see we have a very, very nice flow of hydrogen. And one thing I can do is I can disconnect my tube here, and you just heard it, and I can create pressure in the cell. Now, mind you, this is room temperature, which is pretty cold out. It's about 60 degrees out, 55, 60 degrees outside right now. So this water was ice cold, approximately that temperature. That was releasing the hydrogen out of the hose. Put this back up. And if anybody's wondering, it's an 81 Yamaha. Sit for 17 years in my dad's barn. And restoring it, fixing it, making it look nice so I can eventually ride it one day. Hopefully next summer, spring, summer. So, let me pause you again, find a lighter, and see if we can't light this. Alright, let's see if we can't light this. On video, of course, probably. Here we are. There we go. I know. Crappy video. It's the hydrogen popping. Okay, well, we know we are getting production. My jug is actually getting a little pressure in it. Maybe I ought to set up my bubbler, my measuring device. And the water's, well, my hands are cold, but the water feels like it's probably about 70 degrees, 80 degrees. And still only drawing 5 to 10 amps. Battery's getting a little weak. Of course, with the fuel pump, take the fuel pump off. It jumps up there a little bit. But now I'm hearing a hissing and stuff, so I think I got a leak in my jar, which that's always been the case with this particular setup, because it's hard to plug all the leaks. It works really good because the cell itself is 10 plates, 2 positives. I don't know if you can get a good look at here. 2 positive wires. They're spaced third one from each end, and then the rest are all negatives. Copper is flattened out, and it's touching right next to the stainless plate inside the gasket, so it's not inside the cell. But here we are. We're getting a lot of hydrogen flow here. See the little bubble going, and should be bubbling out right there. Look at that.